Wait, man. You ain't like and subscribe yet? Take time, take time. Go ahead and do that for me.
Yo, vloggers don't know now. You know who this is by now. Hopefully, this your boy Far Right. The Far Right, not the Fari. For the people that call me the Faris today. All right? And the people in the back. Yes, I. Welcome to Come True. Expect to have a good time, man.
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? If you're listening, and this is your first time listening, thank you for checking in. You have been graced by the beautiful voice of the luxurious one. Check the tagline, Mr. Deshaun Webb. If you're watching, you get the joy of seeing the anointed presence of the man himself. We're rocking a CTN chain today. Change the narrative. That's the new thing. No gangs. Change the narrative. People we setting better trends, but I don't know what time it is, man.
Me
Yeah,
not too next.
I know. It's your boy, Bry. I ready to get straight into it. These guys looking very fashionable. You know, the kicking off season 2 with the extrovert ring light, the fresh beard, you know, the dad hat, the dad tee. We get hot guests, fun guests, special guests, legends. You know what I'm saying? So we're ready to kick it rolling. Honestly, the legend, you know, the man behind one of the biggest brands in the VI, you know, introduce yourself.
Take your
Cody,
things.
talk your shit.
I don't know about all of that, but I just wish I got a little more creative with my tagline. I didn't you with the luxurious one, and everybody else says I come true co-host. like,
Yeah,
I
that
want to
man
match.
anointed, you know what I'm saying?
You
You
got
still say
different.
all of that when you just call me again. Let me make that my tagline, but like, let me see. If it go. You know what I'm saying? But Ice Cody, made in St. Thomas. The merchandise line, made in St. Thomas. The screen print business. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
give
Yes,
up.
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
welcome, Cody.
give
You
thanks.
know,
Praise.
thanks for gracing us for yourself. I want you to be a little more hype because I mean, like, you know, this is the first time a lot of people are seeing the face behind the well-known brand. Well, at least to me, you know what I'm saying? You've been hearing Miss, you've been seeing Miss, but you ain't really been seeing the person behind a Miss, you know? And that's something a good way to push a brand, you know, it's all about the brand and really not the person. A lot of people only push the brand based on, you know, who they are and by a name. But to me, I always been, you know, you've been seeing it's like who this brand belong to, you know, stuff like that. So I mean, like, tell us the story behind Miss, you know, because you kind of tie your brand to the island. So tell us something about Miss. You know, tell us the origin story.
Well, first, let me try get what you say like in sequential order. Okay, so first is like you're gonna always have people like in know something like know me or know the brand. Like so first thanks for sharing your audience, you know what I mean? Like appreciate that. So it could be like that you referring to. In my mind, I gonna kind of like lean that way. Like you know, you might have some in your audience that's not crossing over into my audience. I see it as I put my face out there behind it. I guess maybe I like kind of sensationalize like how much I actually do that, like how I perceive it. My perception might be a little because I really don't want to do. If I be honest, like that, I really you know what I mean? I want to be the face. That ain't really me. Like if I were like that, like I'd have been like a rapper or something. Like you know what I mean? No, so maybe it's like I ain't really do it as much as I feel like I do. It's just my perception. But yeah, still even if I do that, I still like gonna have people in it cross. You know, when you're crossing our markets or audience or whatever, I ain't really know that. So that's one thing you say to address, and something else you say before you ask about the origin of the story. But yeah, anyway, we could just do the origin of the story till I remember that. So yeah, the origin I really know it to begin, like the very beginning.
That's how you usually go,
Hey,
Mister.
you might as well start from the beginning.
What
Beginning like the
sparked
seed.
the idea? Like what sparked where were you? How you were feeling when you say, you know what? I'm gonna start a clothing brand. And then maybe I start off with a different name and the man come to miss, you know what I'm saying? Let's let me
Exactly.
know.
That's
See?
exactly what
It's a
yeah.
fortune. It's a luxurious one and the fortune. Not a fortune teller, okay, don't go on, but
You know,
I read their minds. I read their minds now, man. But yeah,
luxurious
tell me
one.
what you done.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so what's funny is like you were just telling me about the name of your merchandise line that you did
Mhm.
with you the luxurious one I talking to, right?
Yeah.
You did a line with
Which one?
Twan, yeah, and the name
Yeah.
I keep asking to repeat the name over and over, like because I couldn't get a name. So it's kind of it make me think of that when you tell me that name. It make me think of my first line, which get like a similar complex name, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll call Bordeaux. We gonna get into the depth of like what that line or the meaning or the name, whatever. But that was the first brand I did before D Mason Thomas, and it was kind of like, yeah, I want to do clothes, but it wasn't like that simple of a decision process. I kind of was just at a point in my life where I was like, I wasn't being shit. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do? I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't really know myself really well like that. I didn't know. When I first started, when I was doing that first brand, how that come about was like, I was just trying to figure that out, like try to figure like what I going to do period in life, like who I going to be. My thought process to that grander concept was just try and find myself first to see like what I would do, like what I would enjoy. Basically, before that, I just needed to make money type shit. So it wasn't really like we could cuss.
Yeah, you're good, man.
So I would like try figure out who I is, like what I want to do, and like before that, I didn't really have the luxury of that decision. Like I just needed to make money. Period.
Yeah.
You know, so I was kind of doing stuff not against my morals. I was never like going against my morals. I still had them parameters, but it was like I didn't necessarily care to do what I was doing. I was really like proud of it at that specifically at that time, you know, but I had make some money. I get to make some money for the first time in my life. So that's what kind of allowed me the luxury, like, you know what I mean, of being able to like think about what I really want to do. To kind of cut it a little shorter, is like, okay, so I ended up with this question, like, what would I do if I didn't need money, if money didn't exist, period. You know, like since I was like doing stuff for money, before that I was like, okay, like now what would I do if it wasn't about money at all? You know, I always like to create. I was a creative. I always wanted to be an artist. If I wasn't caring about like not being famous, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be a prisoner of fame. I just want to have good life. Period.
Real.
Really about all of that extra. So I would have I like music and stuff like that. I probably would have do something like that really if it wasn't like me trying to find a way to not be a face. So I was like creative art, but you know, I like art and creative stuff for like a plethora of reasons. We ain't even gonna get into that either. But I always love clothes. Even as a kid, I'd wear stuff. Like I hated that we had to wear uniforms to school, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of good though for me. Like I was so, you know, I grew up making it do that type of shit. I don't like the word poor or nothing like that. I grew up like making it do, you know what I mean? Like hand washing your clothes, you know, you gotta wear the same clothes during the same week and all of that. Is like it was actually a good thing to have a uniform, to be honest.
Yeah, make it simple.
Yeah, you know, I went and say yesterday, like if I ain't dirty it, then you can't tell I wear it yesterday. Type clothes are always like an expressive thing for me. Even as a kid, it's like a conversation starter. If you know type of stuff. Like if I have some that some people might not know about, but if I on it and you on it, then you know we might have some more in common. So I was like an expressive thing. So I was into clothes. And that was how I narrowed it down more specifically, like just being creative and being like independent before even being creative. But being independent was important to me. Like anything we were gonna do, we were gonna do it ourselves. I gotta be independent. Dependency is like I don't like to be a nobody morsey that it'll leverage you and take advantage and that. So I decided to start making clothes and I do that first clothing line and it tanked. It failed bad, you know, quick. You know?
That's real.
But it was a lesson. It was like, you know, all like lessons to me.
Right.
You know? So the concept actually is what I took over into a new name made in St. Thomas. Is like what I defined it by was like I want it to be me, you know. So it's like effortless. It ain't all of me. You could call me Miss or whatever, but it's like I ain't Miss. Miss is me, but I ain't Miss. You feel me? Miss is like a part of me. It ain't all of me. You feel me?
Yeah,
like,
you still your own individual doing other things and stuff as well.
Yeah. So I is Cody, like Cody made Miss. You know, but like Miss ain't made. I know to some people like Miss made Cody because that's how you even know Cody. So I understand, but it's like, so yeah, so I take that same concept from Bordomo into Miss, but I had to refigure it out. Obviously, it didn't work at all. Like, so a lot of the business side I need to figure out, but also the packaging, the presentation, you know, like the communicating the message, which is still, again, a lot of static for communicating and boys, like, you know, that's communication is two parts. So yeah.
You talk about the different challenges, and before we even get to that, I want to say I appreciate the transparency. I always say this every part. It seems like I appreciate the transparency because a lot of the times when you invite somebody on to come talk about, they may not tell you a story like, "Yo, this last brand I had, they said
It flop, it fail.
yeah, it didn't work." You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people are on this portrayal like, "Wow, I don't know if it's for their own ego or whatever, but make it seem like everything just working, like everything is easy, it's flowing good, the thing crisp." You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you even just opening the floor to be able to share some of the struggles and some of the things that you're thinking about as a business owner. And then something you shared about, which is very real, is the fact that you started it a clothing line at first from this necessity of making money. Like realistically, they're
No,
like,
no, no,
wow.
no. No. That's after. First, I was doing other stuff, right? Like unmentionables for the sake
Oh,
of making money.
okay. I see what
That's
again. I
after
see
when
what
I
again.
started it, after I had make some money for the first time, and I was
Then
figuring
you
out what I want to do, it, and I decided I gonna do clothes because that was like
all right.
that
I
process.
missed that.
That was then I tried it and it tanked. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Irie.
Good
Making
clarity.
sense. But it sounded like you were gonna say something. I want you to
Yeah, I
first.
just want before I just didn't want to forget like cause something like Brian said earlier was like when he introduced me and he was like, you know, you want me to be a little more hype. And I ain't hype it, don't get twisted, but it's just like I want to highlight more like what you just said, luxurious one. It's like before I
Hey,
had the
real.
luxury of like making a decision to like do something other than for just the sake of making money. I just want to highlight the behind the scene of like
The
the
scenes.
grind of it, like how hard I have it. I ain't even shining half of how much I grinding. I ain't even trying to shine, you know what I mean? I ain't shining nearly like how much the grind
How
it
much the
takes.
work that gotta go behind it. That's
Yeah,
real.
so like if you praise how hard I work, I rather hear that. If you praise like how hard I have it or like you know like maneuvering, I rather that it rather than like the glamorous. That shit fake. Like all the glamour like ain't fake. It really did was like if you seen that alone, you seen a percent like a single digit percent, bro. Like
Yeah,
the
a small
high, you
portion
know?
of the reality. Yeah.
You seen the
Yeah,
end
yeah.
result down there. Like this is the end result of everything that kind of come before that.
Yeah, all of
But
that
that's
like just to get it
but that's
say, you
proof
know?
to the work because I mean like if you weren't working and you weren't grinding, wouldn't have know the
Facts.
brand. Honest to
Facts.
Right.
God. I knew the brand for years. I never saw your face, but I know like whoever was buying the brand was pushing it, or it was good enough that it was just always in your face.
I want to say
So that
something.
that's proof to the work that you put in behind of it.
I think it's
That's
something
true.
real, right? When I
Mm-hmm.
first see Miss, right, meaning the brand,
Mm-hmm.
we don't establish that
Yeah,
though
it's just the
Cody,
brand. It's not
yeah,
Cody.
it's just the brand, it's the brand, you know what I'm saying? So when I first see Miss, meaning a lie to you, my boy, I thought there was some tourism kind of white man vibes, and boy, I being
Yes,
completely transparent.
honestly.
And listen, boy, yeah, man, I see this
Honestly.
thing, I say, what? So now I immediately in the thing like, wow, look how these man are gonna come and
It had somebody come
take
and
our
bite.
culture and point. I'm gonna make a shot. I say made in St. Thomas. Remember, I like Cruise man your checks. I watching it. I just watching it and come up in Cruise like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
in here, man? This how these man operating. Me self really knowing what going on yet. You know what I'm saying? So to
That's
Yeah.
facts.
full
You hit it
circle
on the
now.
head for me.
Yeah, after learning and seeing what going on and everything is like, all right, no, I could really push a little support behind. not
Yeah, I
saying that
didn't
I
think it
can
was a
really
local
support
brand at
everybody, you know
all.
what I'm saying? But I gonna support
Yeah.
a local before I support anybody else, you know what I'm
I
saying?
get like a
Right.
loaded response to that. Like I get like several responses. Like,
God.
first off, probably majority are people beyond my immediate reach, that the brand reach beyond my, knowledge or whatever. That's probably a lot of people perception of it, right? One. Two, it's funny, like, cause pretty recently I did like I had like I put a post on social media, literally just fucking wrong. They were like April Fools or something, and I was like, I sold my brand to like a old white man, blah blah blah. Like I had a white man that I'm actually like very good with, like the homeboy. I just like put like a thing over his face. I just made a joke of it. Like, and the reason I did that is because I like is actually the direct opposite of what you just saying. Like how much like you were more willing to like support a
True.
brand because you find out it was mine. Is like really and truly that ain't the truth. Or it ain't like not to say ain't your truth, but ain't
Yeah,
the,
and
the majority's
usually home. Yeah.
yeah, in the majority's truth. So like that was really the pun behind the joke. You know what I mean? Like it has examples of like that the direct opposite, the inverse being
Mm.
the actual truth. locally. And I just want better for us locally.
Fact. And
Don't
I
we
want
all?
to share as well how flawed even that thought process is, because so now to go back and think about things I used to think back in the day. And one of the questions I had was like, what make me think that way in a sense? We talking about just a brand and a shirt, and automatically I associated with that. So like what really make
Because that's what preceded it. That's what.
yeah.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. Like,
Cause then I think back like, okay, now when I see a next brand, what make me think this brand is a black brand? You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting thought process to think like to think through that and being gonna go too deep into it, you know what I'm saying? But just think about that sometimes when you're looking at things like what'll make you think something like that. Just looking at something that don't really have a clear definition to it. You're associating a brand with tourism and white people compared to you associating this brand with black people and locality. Just think about what making you do that. But let's talk about the challenges. You brought up some of the challenges that you're facing that you faced before. Running a small business, which is a small business, from the logistics sides of it, which is some of the stuff you brought up, and then also competition. I don't even know if you look at competition like that, but what are some of the biggest challenges you faced running Mist? And if you want to as well share some of the lessons that you learned from not only Mist but your first attempt, and how was like the rebranding for you if you had to like rebrand and come back a little different, fresh way?
okay, yeah, rebranding is always is been in a plan. It's not like a last resort type of thing or like a plan B. As a creative, is like when something new to you, it done old to me. I make it. It's like I probably done over it. You know what I mean? Like, but I know I never give it to you to even have an opinion of it or whatever, and like. And
Mm.
your love of it might like rekindle mine or like, and when I make stuff, I try to do like a 50% mark where I doing it for me halfway and I doing it for the people halfway. So it's like I never losing motivation and interest and like cause it like purpose. Like I doing this with a purpose for me. Not to like not selfishly, but like, like just
To be
for like
prideful in what you're making and proud of
and
what
it's
it
not
is.
just like for the appeal, like because like what you stand for nothing and fall for anything. Like when I make a design, it have a meaning to me that like the people ain't gonna have that meaning. Sometimes people will ask me, and then like those people will know the meaning that it mean to me. But before I go too deep into that, there's a couple things real quick. For when you say a competition, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't even do that. I don't even see that. Right. And
Mm.
then like I really wanted to do Miss. That's a big one part of doing Miss, like one reason of the way I do it. I want to obliterate that period. I don't think there's any positive to that. You know what I mean? Like really actually that's just like preset, at least from our side of the fence. Like maybe to like the other side, you know what I mean, which I
I
can't
know what
speak.
you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, I want to obliterate that. Like Miss is that one that is for the tourists, the white people, the whatever, and it's for the locals, like in one. But it is a local exploiting that as it should be. Like who should be exploiting the name of St. Thomas should be like, at
That's
least
what me
like
on, right?
yeah, at least like right, like at least right to refusal or something. Like just that part the yeah, of course. Like but we ain't drawing no lines. Like me ain't drawing on
Facts.
like I erasing a line there. This shirt was made in St. Thomas. If you wearing it and it wasn't made, you wasn't made in St. Thomas, like conceived. That's why I get this thing where I call born versus made. Like that's is not born in St. Thomas, it's made in St. Thomas. So like for the fact that like ambiguity. You take the ambiguity, and I put ambiguity in my designs as well. Just like I was saying, like how I do a half for me and 50% for me, 50 for the public. Maybe a little 51% for me or 60% for me, but like for the public too. Like so, it's like when you see like communication has two sides, so you're gonna take what you take. Yeah, I don't want like this ain't like a white or black. It's like ain't no color. It's like Asian, whatever. Everybody want to come to St. Thomas. That's like a shot was say I went to St. Thomas and all I get with this lousy shot or whatever is like something comparable to that, to like a visitor's standpoint or whatever. And that's for we, like as locals, like just proud, born and raised in St. Thomas, I'd even tell people I ain't born here. I'd tell them like how the queen and knight are like the knight and knight. I'd tell them like, yeah, like you now you are made. Like I can make you made in St. Thomas. Like the eyes are local. I make this brand. Like nobody can tell you Yeah, nobody can't tell you can't wear a shirt like you get from the man. Like you could tell you can't wear a shirt you get from me. I tell you can wear it. I make it. It's mine. You know what I
I
mean?
like
Like
that.
so I just wanted to clear that real quick. Like we want to be drawing that line. Like we want to clear that line, erase that line. And be
Absolutely.
visitors pick it up, locals, you repping, are you born and made here and all of that and good stuff. But so now we were saying,
Challenges, the challenges of running, the challenges you have run into, and lessons you have learned in the logistics side and the business side of it.
logistics. My first year, the merchandise had started to do better than I expected, right? And like quickly, I ordered some everything like stuff, right? Materials, blanks, right? Hat, shirts, whatever. After experiencing a big boom of like the sales, right? And being a carnival were coming up right around the corner. I literally take like everything I had make from 1 month of sales, everything I sell out like real fast, like way ahead. I just take everything I make from a month and I just re-inject all of it to try to like ramp up. I think it would like to double to do about twice as much as I did the prior month to like the months for carnival. But then logistics failed for that. I didn't even get none of it. I got none. But what's funny is that like that same carnival, right? Everybody were like, "Oh, misses everywhere. I miss doing this. I miss walking." Everybody at carnival wearing stuff, and it's like I didn't get to do nothing. Like I literally lose some of the merchandise. Like never got it ever because how I ship it is like the shipping will start to like charge you after like a certain while for storage, and I couldn't even locate the merchandise. Yeah, I couldn't even locate it if we're in
That's
Rock or if
crazy.
we're in like Miami. What's funny is that like my suppliers, they were like on the phone with me for like 4 days straight when they were processing the order, making sure the card was mine and like it wasn't like a fraudulent purchase because of the amount of money, right? That were getting spent. So they secure their sale, like they are secure their bag. But then after the transaction went through and like they're sending the stuff out,
That's it.
I couldn't get no kind of help from them. Like I couldn't get them. I really
Wow.
like I barely get them on the phone. That you know what I'm
Shit.
saying? Like
That's tough.
yeah. So I had like so basically that first year carnival is like I had to see all this stuff where like people were like, oh, this and that happened with Miss and all of that. But it was like it's funny. It's like I wonder if I'd actually get to do something. I didn't get to do nothing. Like only one thing I got to do was like I throw a party. I threw a party at my house at that time. What we did is like we had like a hippie style vibe. I might bring up some equipment. If I had like people at a party like printing stuff in the yard, like some hippie style shit, like
So
just
like
print.
actual printing, like live
Yeah,
screen
I just
printing
bring like a
at
couple
the event.
screens. Yeah. Like I didn't bring like a whole machine and nothing. I couldn't do that, but like I was bringing like a couple screens and like some like blanks and stuff and whatever. And like man was drying the shit in the oven, like a real home style hippie
That's
style.
actually
Wow.
kind of dope. Yeah, that
That's
sound
dope.
kind of
Yeah,
that sound kind of cool to be
that's
honest.
Go up to the
different.
That
party with a
party was
blank
lit.
and
That
leave
party was
fresh.
lit. Yeah, the party was lit. The
And I
performers
drunk.
like it
Yeah,
had
man.
local man, it had local performers like in my living room.
Sheesh. Hey, that sounds like a great time, dude. My gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that song live, being a lie.
yeah,
How
yeah.
did you bounce back from that? So now, because you saying now you in the position where you spend a bag trying to
Yeah,
get all these things done. You double up now. So you technically spending more than you usually spend.
yeah.
I'm assuming you spend most of the profits and you didn't really keep no profit and you just double up one time.
Spent all of it. I had
So
like a
how
little bread left, but I spent like I had a little bread left.
how do you come back from that? Like the next month
Um,
coming up, you still got products, people looking for products. How do you pivot from that?
this way the structure of the business will come in and like my strategy in structuring the business for diversity of revenue generation for the sake of survival early stages of business. So my biggest concern when I start a business was like that it like to ensure the generation of revenue for like the early years, right? Early time, however the time frame would have been, you know.
Mm.
The business structure is that like Miss ain't even a brand. Like I don't call it a brand. I mean it's cool or whatever to call it a brand, but it ain't technically ain't a brand. It's a line of merchandise. It's a merchandise line that is produced by a screen print shop that holds the same name made in St. Thomas. You feel me?
Mm.
Like So my business is I'm a graphic designer and screen printer. That's what I am. That's what my business is. You feel me? So the first Miss shirts that anyone got were like screen print and graphic design clients that I would gift a Miss shirt to for, to show gratitude for the business. You know what I mean? So like a business
Oh,
come to me to print their shirts or whatever. Like they didn't come to me actually. Nobody went coming to me then. I was going hard. I was going at everybody. So like
Yeah.
I was going. Now people will come to me, but it's like I was going. You know what I mean? So I was coming to you, and they were like, when you give me a business, dog, I will give you a shot. Of course, at least like
Yeah,
a
it's
t-shirt,
love. Yeah,
because you had your like that's literally my pitch is like have your prints made in St. Thomas, have your screen prints made in St. Thomas. So like the first businesses that give me business, I would like that's who get a shot. Like when I drop off, when I give them their shots, or say whatever their business name, I give them a shot and say thanks for having your stuff made in St. Thomas. Here's a shirt that says made in St.
Hey,
Thomas.
that's dope.
Yeah. So like thanks. So like so that's what like so that was like for me to survive as a business, all it was like my focus. So that's why like when the merchandise started selling, I had a plan B's like crazy. I had all kind
mm,
of plan B's. That's why I good at I don't grow up hard. Like I don't come up hard. So it's like that's regular for me. That's like I even got, that's instinct. I had like plan B, plan C, plan D, but I didn't have plan A plus. Like when the mod started doing so good,
yeah,
that's why I just do something like that. And they were like, I'd be hard on myself because that way to be like you could get better. That's how I see. Like I don't know, I'd be too hard on myself. People will tell me, but to me, it just more than any negative effect. I think the pro outweigh the con, like to help me just get better. So I had to call that logistics, like as much as the supplier left me over, I didn't call that like I take responsibility because I gonna get a reward or the failure. Anyway,
mm,
true. So I take responsibility. So I say like, yo, boom, that was my fault for letting that happen. And I just fall back on my like plan Bs. I had plan Bs, like so I could have print people's stuff for them, like design people's stuff for them and just try like make back money. And I still were like doing merchandise because like people still wanted the stuff. So all you had to do was like print an order. If you want
yeah.
some, I could print it for you. Like I did print everything. So like
Yeah, that makes sense.
merchandise was still selling and I was still like printing whatever orders come in type vibes. I ain't had the revenue generation. It was a problem, yeah, because I just like fall off with all our money, but I just had to catch up. It wasn't no money we ain't making. I just needed to like cut back. And my car had breakdown too. Funny enough. I had like that was that time when everything I kinda like that was like half rip. Everything started tumbling. Like I like what you gonna do?
you want it down.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
be them vibes.
I leave my car down, my gut leave. I had to leave my truck down, my gut leave. Or like I think it was Juve, the same Juve. They were like, "Oh, everybody wearing miss," but I was really just because I'm going to my party. I was like making shots at my party. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, that's a great marketing party, them and so that even though it wasn't intentional for marketing specifically, it turned out to be a genius idea. But
yeah,
I did have a question because I swear I remember you those UVI competitions for businesses. You are win one of those, right?
yeah, that's how. Yeah, I win it. Yeah, yeah.
So
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 that's I guess yeah, that should be part of the start story, right? I mean,
I,
again,
I ain't even know they were doing them kind of things.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened to it now, though. I think it kind of
damn. I
break
was gonna
down.
ask if it's still going on.
I think it's still going, but I don't think it's as well. Like, I don't think because Glenn Metz is somebody that like had run a shout out to Glenn Metz. Shout to like, I mean, if they're gonna hear it or watch this, or maybe I'll tell him watch it. Yeah, like shout Glenn Metz, shout Tim Faley. Those people were like in the program when I did, and they like really make a difference for me. Well,
Mm,
Glenn Metz leave the university now. Tim Faley left it before him. And the last time I check in on it is like they had this thing going where it's like they're giving you the amount of money that your business plan is, which is like it's kind of weird to me because did a try to like make you do a plan like have a what's the word like a fiscally efficient plan, right? So it's like,
yeah,
but then now they're only gonna award you like what you asked for, like. But anyway, so Yeah, to
I
answer
know
your question,
I know what you mean by that.
I win a competition, yeah, and that's why I do. Shout out Glenn Metz, 'cause Glenn Metz threw me out when I come to him with my presentation. Dr. Faley, thanks to like he cool and nice and all that, but like when I come to like Dr. Faley, be like, yeah, you're good. And then like when I went to Glenn Metz with the same thing, he was like, "Then man, you better than that. Like, what is this? Should I wait? Start from scratch, start over. Like, well, the man ruined my day, bro. The man ruined my day, bro.
That's real.
But he make my life. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, that's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Hey,
Sometimes it
I
take that
appreciate it.
criticism.
Yeah,
Sometimes it
that's
takes
real.
that.
Yeah, it didn't
Some
break
people
you,
that
but it make you stronger. So yeah.
exactly.
And one thing I want to highlight, because we have interviewed and had pads with a few business owners now. If y'all see parallels with it is never successful off the bat. There are always failures in between to make you stronger. But why these businesses keep going and still alive is because the people, they ain't giving up and they're moving forward and taking those hits on the jaw and getting back up. Sometimes they might not get back up one time. They might stumble, trip again, but they get back up before that count to 10. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Check ain't the easiest road, and you will have those bumps, but there is a bright side on the other side once you keep going.
Yeah, I don't know why I read it or see it or heard it, but what I'm gonna say, if you ain't failing a lot, I mean you ain't going hard enough.
Mm.
You
You
ain't
know what I'm
lying.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
you ain't learning because you should be and you ain't challenging yourself enough. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
sometimes everything come too easy. You operating in a place where you're a little too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You should be failing at something. Not saying you're gonna
Exactly.
get yourself into some catastrophic failure, but you should have some hiccups so that way you could be able to learn and get to the next step. You should be challenging yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not just breezing through everything. Because then when you breeze through everything now, you get to the top, one little failure happen, you don't know how the hell to react. Now your whole thing gone underwater, you're in the street begging me for a dollar. No
I
respect to
think though,
nobody.
like to add to that though, like at least from to add to it, some people like they can't afford a loss. You know, so that will heighten the noia of like taking a loss. You know what I mean? Like I know at least speaking from personally, me like I like know like I growing up, people would tell me little things like, "Oh, why you don't do this bigger? Or why you don't do that different?" Or like, right? And like I remember this one um white man asked me that one time, right? And I just kind of tell him like some like real struggle shit that he don't really have no clue about. And I was just like, yo, so if this were at risk and that were at risk and you had to do this on a daily for this on a daily, like you think you could do, you know what I mean? Like you think you would be like try and do what you telling me to try to do. People is different, you know what I mean? You can afford a loss. If you get $2 and you lose a dollar, at least you get a dollar to buy back in. But when man
Of
like get
course.
$1, dog, you know what I mean? Like you know what happened when you on zero? Nobody helping you. That man gonna leverage you, especially when you get like talent and like you have what, my boy? The man ain't like the average person ain't gonna help you and like try to even have like a mutually beneficial relationship or anything. The man gonna just try to keep you needing them and them kind of vibe to like exploit you, you know what I mean? Like everything got like levels to it, you feel me? I know like at least like from speaking personally, just from me, you know. So if you go but to be even still, I'd look back and I'd be like, man, like it's easier for me to say things like this now,
Yeah.
right? From like having a little something to lose, but it's like I wish when me had nothing to lose. I like really, I still say like I wish I would do that. I like go harder, like just try harder and go harder and like be more risky. But it's easier to say no though. I gotta like to be real.
That'll
You know?
be the thing. You got convinced. That's why sometimes I be careful how I talk. But at the same time, you still because sometimes just that is what a man really needs. Sometimes where it's like, my boy, what the hell you have to lose that? You gotta go hard. And
That's
sometimes people are convinced themselves that they have too much to lose. When the
you know,
whole time, you know what I'm saying, you could really lose a lot. You just not looking at it that way because sometimes whether it be failure to failure or fail success or you're just scared or whatever the case may be, sometimes it boils down to that. So you gotta be able to identify and then go into a lot of these things with plans as well, because you can't just go out there and then you really risk everything and then you don't have no kind of backup plan. No, you really gamble, you can't self bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So you
yeah.
got if you're gonna take these risks and sometimes risk a little bit more than you usually tolerable of, you have to have a concrete plan to say, all right, to be able to justify why you're doing it. You can't just go do it and just be like, yeah, man, hopefully it work out. Like it should work out because I set this up, and I know from my research and wherever, if I go about this mannerisms is most likely to work. Of course, you can still run into different situations where it's like everybody's story ain't gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? You might try everything a man do, and your story don't come out the same as him. But as long as you learning from history, you better your odds. And I rather have a 80% chance than a 40% chance because me ain't putting no sense behind what I trying to do.
Mm. Yeah. That's why I would say like that's still a regret. Like if anything I regret, it would be like just not like even being even more risk, like being even more of a risk taker. Like, well, again, that's me saying this from like a more cushy position,
Right.
kind of just like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. But
You
it's
automatically take safety precautions because of not being as financially stable as you currently are. So I
yeah,
mean that's understandable, survival really. You kind
yeah,
of learn these traits growing up, and you go back into safety mode, but at the same time you were still working hard and grinding. So you were somewhere in the middle. But I
yeah.
see what you're saying. You
I
wish
wish
you
I
had
had.
you wish
Yeah,
you had been a little more on the risk taking side.
I just saying that now because it's like I feel like I'd be here quicker. That's all it is. Like, I feel like, it's easier to
And that's
say
fair.
that.
That's fair.
That's real. Yeah, that's real.
And so you have mentioned just with people might be taking advantage and things like that. So I'm assuming that you are one man show. Mist is a one man show run by you yourself, Mr. Cody. So what's the challenges in that? You never wanted a partner. You never wanted people to work with that you actually trust. Do you even trust people? I mean, what's the challenges in having a one man show and doing it all by yourself? Because now you have to balance a whole bunch of different things: the business side, the marketing side, the creative side. You have a whole lot of different things to juggle. So I imagine that could be a bit challenging.
Definitely challenging an understatement. Um, yeah,
You
yeah,
can hear the dreading. Like, yeah, I know I be putting in that work.
yeah, it's true, yeah. But really and truly, like, it's funny because I was the exact opposite of all of that. Like, I ain't even want like a partner. Like, I could work with. I feel like I could work with anybody. I'd try to work with people. Like, I think it's from so much of that, and that giving me lessons prior to this venture is why I ain't like called like night like most people like good people is rare people like real people is rare people like you know what I mean. So it's like I've tried with a lot of people, bro. Whether they were like for whatever reason that you may feel it should work out, being like personally involved with them in whatever capacity, real is rare. So and for like and it's I hate to say that in such a generic sense too. Like I hate to hear it, right? Like real people or whatever, but I different, you know what I mean? Like I different. Kind of just had to like recognize and accept that and like just everything that's like a byproduct of that. That's like I ain't gonna like come across like a alike very quickly or easily. There's a lot of variables that have to like align in order for the synergy to take place. I would rather work towards that using like if you build it they will come type of mentality, right? As opposed to like imagine you like looking for a team and it's like okay like we to get this thing going like specifically with rap or vi people whatever like in my experience man like to slice one big thing that again between a people like if you have a bunch of things in line that make you could work together or whatever um man I always try and slice a pie before we bake the pie. You know what I mean?
Mm,
They concerned with like whether they getting a crumb or a pie and a crumb, a slice and a
Facts.
crumb, like you know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
like
man.
before we even know if we could bake a pie that like the beginning, like just buying like going to the store and buying it like I ain't put no money in nothing like we're like what we worrying about like how much what we gonna get out like before we buy the ingredients then we like mix the recipe and when we baking it right it could like fall like something could make noise and the pie could fall or whatever like and we got start over like all of that they got going right but you worrying
right.
about first slice you know what I mean like and that like contaminating your contribution boy like You know what I mean? Like you're really not contributing. You feel me? Like so,
That's real. Like that's
Yeah,
so
facts.
real.
Yeah, that was a A1 analogy. Me gonna lie to you.
Hey, yes, it
It
was.
really was.
yeah,
Greed.
like
That's what it boiled down to a lot of times for real. Just
Yeah,
greed.
like you
People
looking
don't
for a piece
underestimate
of
him,
it
man.
before
Greed for
you
real.
even bake. Like that's real.
Yeah.
and then like I got a lot of like other reasons to like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's a very common one. I feel like, but when it comes to like your vision too, to get like to the other side, to get like that's more generic now, get more specific, like, you know, like your vision is like people ain't really, even if they could believe, is like it still ain't compared to like you knowing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I ain't a one man show no more though. Like to put like a big twist to that, like I ain't a one man show anymore. People trying to get my vision. I think it's easier now. Like I said, like when you build it, they'll come. So it's like it's a little bit easier now. Like when they see like yo, look at the track record. You know what I mean? Like look
Right.
at like I've accrued a few accolades. You know what I mean? So it's like what people would be willing to do, like to work at McDonald's, they ain't gonna be willing to do to like work with me. I don't even like to say people work for me. I don't like you don't work. You work for what you to work for. You work for if you're working for money, fine. Or if you
Whatever
working,
it is.
yeah, your purpose like
That's
you
real.
learning, yeah, you learning or you earning or you whatever you to work for. You working for your kids. You working. That's what you working for. You working with me. But what they willing to do for McDonald's, they ain't willing to do half with me. You know, like and what I willing to do for them, you know what I mean, for the sake of them working with me is not even enticing. But it's just mentalities. If you try to put it in like a nutshell, mentalities like I like to call people family that share mentality with me. Like rather than just like use family just because like I ain't even had a choice. Like you know what I mean? Like you just family. Like we get blood, but
I want to wheel back something you say. And it's something I have learned as well, where in my endeavors, the things I have done, I didn't do. And I learned it later. And that's when you was talking about your vision and your and vision, and I want to go further as to the mission and everything. What you talked about was the people not aligning with your vision. And one of the things I learned from some of my mentors was in establishing your business, whatever it is, that should be one of the first things that you knock out for yourself so that you could buy into your vision and you could buy into your purpose. Because in times like in your example, for example, when none of the shipment come or wherever the case may be, when times come, sometimes your vision and your mission is the only thing you really have to stand on sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that formally established, it becomes a lot easier, at least, to say, nah, let me just go do something else and just quit this. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, we were just talking about like not being by yourself anymore and team building. One of the things I've learned as well is doing that early on when you do start making a revenue or you do have the position to be able to bring somebody on. You if your vision is strong enough and clear enough and you presenting these to other people, now you could accurately be able to measure to a certain extent, because you kind of still guessing, you never know. But if these people really do align, but if you don't have that, how you gonna know? You just guessing, like, you know what, gut feeling. And don't get me wrong, gut feeling is good a lot of the times, but sometimes you need to add on to the gut feeling by having your strong vision and your strong mission statement and say, hey, how do you feel about these things? If a man can't tell you how he feel about these things, and if he don't align, and you could kind of sense that out now, that ain't the man for you to be working with, man or woman, whatever the case may be, to be working with. If you have these things in line, now you get your employees or the people you're working with to envision, to embody these same things. Now you know everybody on the same accord, everybody pointing in that same level. Not the same, I don't want to say same, because you're gonna always be, nobody gonna ever get your vision the same as you. This is your thing, you know what I'm saying? But they have a similar vision. And as well, now that you're talking about it, figuring out what their vision is within your vibes as well. Like, yo, what you even come here for? Like, what are you trying to get out of this? Because sometimes a man coming to you and is not bad. A man may come to you and see your thing, they see come true, they see miss or see whatever, and that man just looking at a good money opportunity, which is not necessarily bad. Because if he driven by money enough that he could come and create systems and he have the understanding to make this thing better, to make money, now it's a win-win for you, as long as he not trying
Yeah.
to sabotage your whole vibes. But being able to feed into the people and say, yo, here's my vision. Now I understand your vision for what you want to get out of this. Now let's work together in cohesion so that both of we get to the point that we want to get to.
Yeah, that's how you really gotta get is like a just like a mutual benefit. That the benefit doesn't have to be synonymous. It just has to have a benefit that's mutual.
Right.
So it's like for like people to contribute to my vision is all I really like learned to look for. Like I always was look, at least for this venture. By that point when I start this, I had already get all like sorted in my mind. But it's really like in my mind and in real life it's still like a separate like a it's still like a curve, you know what I mean? Like a separation in time, like to really be acting it out versus even though like fully on even I already fully understand it. People like really don't like I had known not to expect that. Like all I was really looking and hoping for was like people to contribute to my vision by way of whatever their benefit would be in it because I know I have so much ways to benefit from me and from what I'm doing. There's so much ways to benefit. Like, especially for the person that you were like you saying, like they don't even know what they doing or why the hell, whatever. That's where the most benefit is. Like come and gather, like find like I'm gathered. You know what I mean? Like witness an example of a person that is at least at a point in their life where they're gathered and pick up whatever you pick up that may not have nothing to do with clothes, may not have nothing to do with art,
Absolutely.
may not have nothing to do with even business, but just life in general, like just having some purpose and a direction. You know what I mean? Like, and just get it together. And then like it takes a type of person to be able to like offer themselves to a cause. You know what I mean? All humans are supposed to have that in them because like even the greatest inventions like in society, like religion and shit, like is based on the innate need in humans to belong to a cause greater than themselves. When you create an entity like a business is like a person, not a person, is like that's what like that's what that entails. But it's just like like, again, mentality is like people if they like even could fathom that and that's not something to assume in every person's like mentality. You know what I mean? If they could even fathom that, period.
Right.
Yeah. I want to add, I remember something because something you said it made me think about like some people that were like actually like playing in those roles like from very beginning. And it made me remember like another challenge that happened when I ordered a shut them and my car break down and all of that. Yeah, so I had this music video shoot, right? And then like some orange juice spill on my MacBook and like throw in my computer at the same time.
It was really pouring at humans.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
Oh,
had the
game
MacBook
knocked
so
left
long
and
too.
right.
Yeah, that MacBook was like I had need to dash that MacBook, but I didn't, I couldn't cop a next one yet. I dump it in, you do the rice thing. I did the rice and like I
Yeah, we have
make
a
it
couple
I
times.
squeeze a little more life out of it till I could have cop one.
Hey. Shout out to the race, man.
Yeah, that I had a couple times self missing. But
Yeah, man.
let's talk about the future.
Future.
Let's talk about what's next. What's next? What you got on the table? Stuff that you could tell us. You know what I'm saying? You get some little things in the
You could
vault
pick
that
the
you want.
exclusive, if you have any.
I mean, if you want to give us an exclusive, we'll
Sunshine,
take an exclusive. You know what I'm saying? We'll take
any
an exclusive.
collabs on the horizon, any new ideas.
I get all kinds of like, a million things stewing or whatever. We can do some more merchandise. Like I gonna like make up for like, just being a little like pacing myself. I've been pacing myself 'cause I've been really crazy or really, really crazy dog. So I kinda had to like pace. But I gonna like go ham again. You know what I mean? That's for sure.
Bet.
Just plotting a leveled up approach to it. A little ticket, a little easier on me, because like screen printing in. I don't know if like how familiar I is with screen printing, but if not, go run to YouTube and or we already on YouTube or whatever. Go check out a screen print video. Like if you notice on videos like where like stuff that gets sped up in it, like is a yeah, like that's one of them like screen printing. So we gonna come out, but like I can come out like I gain some help together. I'm organizing help. We gonna just go hammy with the merchandise. We gonna do like some of the different angles, different looks. Come at you with like some more creative. I want creative with like the platforms to like transacting and marketing platforms. Like not just creative with the merch, but it's a lot. So it's like I ain't like we might do like segments, segue, introduce it. Plus, it'll be a lot for the people to like wrap their head around too. Like, so you kind of want to spoon feed it. But
Right.
You said new looks.
yeah, I gonna be boring because I ain't really getting too much like particular. I mean, I don't really
Hey,
care.
That's true.
They
Keep the people guessing, man. Keep them guessing till they come out.
I was like Virgil Abloh or something like I could just in not serious, but like like I got a million designs like from. I really want just like bust designs like how Lil Wayne had like just like drop all his songs so that he had to like write new songs.
Yeah.
Like I just want like
What's everything?
I guess so much design. I just want like just get them out to the people, and hope they respond well. And like I just want to have to get like fresh with creative stuff. And I don't really want to promote nothing. I like full fledged like not promoting right now.
Say less.
That's fine. Understood.
Yeah.
All right. We got a new segment. This is the only time I'm gonna say a new segment again because by now, you should know the segment that coming. But we're talking about either or. That's a new thing to come true. That come true original either or. So Cody, we're gonna ask you some questions. Everybody gonna answer these questions. So these man they stuff get none of the questions as well. So you're fresh for these man too.
How about you give me all the questions? Let me ask you all of them only.
No.
See,
You the guests. You got answer.
You got. I'm gonna be answering too. All right, we're gonna start off. Let me see. We're gonna start off with this one, not too hard. So the name of the game is either or. So either you'll be able to time travel, but only to the past, or you could teleport anywhere in the world, but only once a day.
That's
Which one you
easy. Teleport, bro. Oh my gosh. Because
So
for
you
one, I am happy where I'm at in life. I'm happy with my kids and my wife, everything. I don't know what going back they're going to do. What if I go back, pick up a pencil and know my data in here? What? No, sir. let me take that travel. You check. I could go to friggin' Thailand and pick up my some plate of food that she never tried before. But I can't come back until tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys stay there for the day. I mean, but that ain't bad.
That ain't bad. Hey, live your life.
Watch. Facts. I agree with you, Farah. Again with the teleport. One, it's sad to say, but we're still in a day and age where the farthest I really could go back is in 90s. Any time before that, me a little rough. You know what I'm saying?
But wait, you can't go back before you ban. How you gonna go back?
I mean,
If
if you
you're
understand
traveling
time
back in
travel, I don't want to
time,
give the science, but time is a circle, so I could technically go back before I was born, but we're not getting into the science. I don't want to have to, it's not a science part, but there's no people who are listening. Time is a circle, it's not a straight line, it's not linear. As far as I could go, I could only go in the curb. The 90s, as far as, I may want to go back, based on certain reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Man, the 60s look like it was a great time. No, 70s. Sorry.
Segregation.
70s.
I want the 90s. The 90s was cool and but I gonna pick the time travel. I mean, it's a loophole for I can only travel at night. I hitting that 11:50 in and out. You know what I'm saying? So I could really double it up. For when I want to do something foolish. If I taking a trip, I do the morning pop. But if you just want to grab a bite, like I say, I want some Thai food. I go in Thailand, pop in 11:50, pop back out 12 a.m.
Think that. Yeah, think that.
Yeah,
you pop in and then you damn near got a whole day out of it because you could leave anytime now.
That's why I say only if I some slick movement, I gonna do the shot in and out. But if I feeling to travel, then I'm gonna do the day trip. So
Cody, talk to us. What are you going with? Or you need the options again?
I think I make some interesting points that I ain't really think of.
Yeah, I didn't think that deep. I thought I mean like.
Yeah, especially
I have questions.
Brian talk about like teaching time and shit. Like you about to teach me, but like at first I was gonna go with the time travel, I think I'm gonna stick with the time travel, even though I make some good points and convince.
Why are you going with the time travel?
I think like I was just thinking about it as I was talking, and I guess like even though all of that sound good to me, is like what it almost win me over, but I think I just more of a risk taker. I think what you say is like the only thing Tafari when you say that is like I was gonna say sorry Tafari, I know it's Tafari too. I know you so long now, but like but I think it's just like Safari being in the back of your head to just like take out and
Yeah.
take over. But I think that's the only thing that might deter like that would scare me. I don't want to let nothing scare me still, so I can just go.
That's real.
Like you
I
said,
mean,
like some. Cause I happy, you know. Ain't even gonna be like for the sake of like being. It gonna make you. It gonna be better. You have to be like even if something happened differently, it gotta like happen better because like
it's a good
I
point.
going back. I ain't losing my knowledge, right? Like I going back and I
Yeah,
have
you
the
just
knowledge.
going back. Yeah, you just going
Yeah,
back.
man, I gonna kill that man. I gotta kill that.
Yeah,
Like,
there is some extreme benefits to going back in time.
with
For sure.
knowledge.
If it gets some extreme,
Without a doubt, there is more than unless you're doing something illegal, the only thing you could
That
do
is
with
knowledge.
teleporting is travel.
It don't
yeah,
But
matter.
right.
going back in
Anything else?
time, yeah, they have some benefits. You go back
But
to what
even if you illegal,
2008. You Bitcoin. You go back with just 200 in your pocket. Go deposit that. Just put 200 down on Bitcoin and just leave it. Till
And
you come
remember,
back.
you keep in your wherever the hell. Like you ain't gonna, your mind
Yeah,
ain't gonna
and you
change
keep
that.
exactly.
Listen,
So you go, you check what. Yeah, no, there's benefits, but I still go to my answer.
I want to go get to the others, so I gonna just make it quick. I agree with Cody, Mison. I taking the risk, but I taking the risk, but I gave back, Mison. Hey, I
But
gave
you
back.
can
my
wait.
answer.
But you
God,
can't. You could only go back in time. I mean, you can't come back to where you've been.
All of that cool.
you can live
All of
it
that
up.
cool,
You
my
can live
boy.
it all
I
the way.
done live it in the dog. I done it. I didn't know
he
Mison.
gonna live in the future. So he going back to live in the past as this luxurious guy. He gonna be a king.
My boy, I get
Hey,
a turn up
you
the
know,
place, my boy.
that's fair.
What? I
If I
gonna
could
have the
have come
time of my
back to
life.
the future, that would have been okay. Come back to my present time. But
No,
they say
man,
you
I
could
cool.
only go
Me ain't
backwards.
no, see, that's different because you don't know where you're gonna come back to your present time too. I live in through the vibes again, my son. What? My son, I live in my
No
best
problem.
life. The man can't tell me nothing.
That's fair. All right, next.
All
I
right,
didn't even
next.
think about like stuff like stocks and stuff like what you say, like predictions and like what
Hey,
I win the Super Bowl. Like come
man,
on. That's like,
Every Super Bowl,
you
every
go
I didn't
bet
even
on
think
bet on every finals, everything. You just people
Ain't
gonna
gonna
start.
go
You
play
could
with
start
my
a whole
boss go to
business.
jail.
People
the Fed
following you
have to
because
stop
you just
getting
Nah,
have
them
I'm
all
gonna
the
be
money.
betting
knowledge.
on the most obscure things like who will win Miss America and Miss Europe.
They want to know how you write in everything. You could
But
literally
then
start a
again,
company.
though,
They'd
then
arrest me.
again, you gotta be careful because certain things you could do could still have. I guess never mind.
But who
Never mind.
cares?
Yeah, never mind. Let me move on. We
Next,
got more. We
next,
got
next.
more.
Wait, sir. Before I forget, sorry, I once real quick.
Go
Something you
ahead.
said make me remember, right? I want to do some shout outs if you mind.
Run
Right?
it. Run it. Run it.
Luxurious one is you are say, oh no, Brian I called say you'd have been a king. So that make me think like really I just want to shout out. I think the biggest person to shout out for being like this happening right now is like I want to shout out Malak. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hey,
big,
big up my
big
lock,
shouts out.
man.
Yeah,
They don't know who. They don't know about my lock. That's pops. That's pops.
yeah,
Oh,
man.
Yeah, that's my
okay.
father. Yeah,
Yeah.
How do you mean
yeah.
we don't know who your father is? What?
I
No,
know some people don't know him, but I name he's far right.
I didn't know.
Far right ain't no again, man.
That's all.
Awkward. 15 years of friendship.
Oh my gosh! Stop that right now. Back to you, Cody. Back to you.
Love to Malak,
Yeah,
man. I really got like that's like super big,
for sure,
big.
for
Like,
sure.
Malak,
Yeah, for the
Malak
people
is-
that who don't know, everything you see, this whole every vibes, I get that from pops for sure, for sure, for sure. Some I
yeah.
like from moms to my teaching and well, my father teach them. Man, listen, moms, you and get yours shining the next day. We got other things for pops for sure. Shout out to
Malak
pops for
is
sure,
just the
man.
man. He's just a good man, and it's just like like this kind of all like start like as far back as that goes, and like the time and the parts and everything. Like I think that's like crazy, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
so
full circle,
big
right?
resting power and love, like big shouts to Malak. I mean, and then everybody like the in betweens too, like shouts to the whole love living like
Facts.
movement period. Like Diane really actually started it, like really, who's like specifically, because if she weren't inviting me, like, like talking about going back in the past, like if Diane wouldn't have had to invite me 5 times, like I would have come the first time. And she invited me like to come check
True.
them out. That's the type of things I would change in the past. You know what I mean? Like, so shouts to Diane, shouts to Muffin and all that, like Love Living, I Am Blessed.
Facts.
Shouts to all of that, like, cause that's how she, like, if she wasn't like, if she didn't stay persistent on me, like, yo, come check us out, come see what I, cause people will be like, they don't really be like what they like when they, and like portraying to be a boss.
Presenting themselves as.
Yeah, like, so that was part of like my inhibition to act on that. And then like also I just like, I just really were really busy, and then like everybody were bombarding like me at that time too. So it took a little longer than it should have too. But thank you, Diane, for doing that. Big thank you to Malak for just being Malak. And then like another real big important obvious, the last chain link for this to be,
Facts.
happening today.
Jeff.
For us to be here, King Jaffa. You know what I'm saying? Like big shout outs to Jaffa, man. That's the, you know what I mean? That's the I don't even know. No word. That's
Yeah.
King Jaffa, like, so shouts to, and that's all my shout. I just want to shout out that.
Say less. Say
Yes,
less.
Yeah.
Respect,
And Mad
respect.
House songs. You dig it?
Yeah. Shout out Madhouse Song. Shout out Madhouse
Don't
Song.
make we drop an exclusive.
Hey, ease up. Ease up. All right, let me move. All right. Either or. Either you fight the Powerpuff Girls every day. My boy, don't laugh already. Hold on. Let me restate it again.
Yeah, damn, them girls
Either
for brawl, you know.
Either you fight the Powerpuff Girls every day for a year, or fight Batman once a year for 10 years.
Dude, I get on go again first, man. The Powerpuff Girls are Superman level threats, bro, and it's 3 of them. Are you telling me every day? I know Batman serious. Batman could even
Batman is
take
not
on
that-
Superman.
He's
No,
not
Batman
that
even
serious.
take on Superman once he prepared. The man is prepared and he got unlimited funds. But no, hell yes, I am fighting Batman. And in no way fighting 3 Supermans at once. That's crazy. That's
Hey,
insane.
the
Wow.
post that we have seen that sparked this right. That man said, my son, the Powerpuff Girls break into jail to beat up Mojo Jojo. They made it kind of smoky.
Hey, yeah, that ain't the smoky one. Yeah, no, they they used to do that
I
man bad.
agree with you, far right. In where being say got fight fear and Batman ain't bulletproof. You check. So shooting on my the Powerpuff Girls is terrorists. Let's be honest. Mojo Jojo will be doing his thing, and the man will beat the man brains out, like literally
Hey.
beat his brains
Get
out.
that man beat up the man for no good
You
reason.
check
dad.
like the man
just
in
do his
jail
thing.
already, and you breaking the jail to put more licks on him.
Oh, he just in his crib, just being a creative, and they just come. You can imagine Cody screen printing some shots and a group of girls coming and jack him up
Yeah,
and then
like-
buzz off.
And they easily triggered, like he didn't do something for one of them, and just because they gonna run amok in the shop. No, like Batman really and truly soft. Like look how he to cuddle the Joker. You check all the things this man to do, and he to gently
Yeah,
rest in
damn.
Arkham.
Hey, the
When these
Batman
girls
lovers
are
coming for you.
beat you on sight, nah. I gonna take my chance with Batman. I ain't fighting them terrorists.
Cody, talk to us.
I gotta defend Batman a little bit after you, like, right, like you say Batman like he's soft, but like, like
He's
Batman,
soft, but
he's the
Dude.
only real life like superhero, like he's the one that's like a regular man that's like ain't no superpowers, but he like, so I could see how you like, I see what you mean, but it's like I gotta give him extra credit for that.
Yeah, Biggie
But
up.
I gonna still fight him over the Powerpuff Girls. I ain't gonna say how
See,
soft
hey.
he is, like Brian, like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna go as far as to call him soft, but I gonna pick him for a different reason. Just cause I don't fight girls. You know what I mean? So me,
Hey, fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
they can just
All right.
win. They can just,
them
like,
those are lab experiments that may be presenting as females. But to call them girls, you
it's embarrassing
reaching.
to get beat up from a girl, but still, like, I can just allow them. I ain't gonna even it's easier when you could say,
It's
"Hey,
funny how
I
you say you ain't gonna fight them like you stand a chance, Cody. I applaud that. I applaud.
Let me
Because
move. Let me
think
move. We
about
got
how
one more.
I could cop out easier that way. I could be like, "Hey, I loud up." Like I
Hey,
ain't
practice it. Yeah.
they beat me because I loud up. You know, like,
Let me move. We got one more. I take him back, man. Me ain't gonna explain. We don't give enough space. We got one more. We gonna go back to the time. The time
Pause.
frames. Okay, wait. Me
but he
know
said
I say that,
possible
but
this
yeah,
now.
whatever it is, I just said
Web
it.
say he taking Batman. No
Okay.
explanation needed. So I just had to repeat that.
Hey, listen, moving on. This is the last one.
Hey.
All right,
Uh-huh.
it's an interesting one. Either you'll rather be the funniest person in the room but never taken seriously, or be the most serious person but always have people laughing at you.
God damn.
You want me answer
I
first?
I will answer. Yeah, go ahead, Cody. Go ahead,
No,
Let
Cody.
you
Cody go first.
I gonna say I rather be. So wait, say it again. It's like you use
It's
you.
you'd rather be the funniest person in the room, but
Uh-huh.
nobody ever, but you never gonna get tech
No
serious.
one's take you seriously. Yeah, I rather
Or
the
you
other one.
or you
I
the
rather,
most serious in the room, but people always laughing at you.
yeah, that's all right. I'll do that one. They could laugh at me, but I
What's
want
your
them to be
reason?
serious. Yeah,
All right, all right. All right,
you
Brian, which one
want
I want to take it?
laughing at me.
At the end of the day, I do want to be taken seriously. And if people going to play me for a joke every point in my life just because I funny, I don't think I can handle that when it's time to take me serious. Because I mean, hey, we have serious shit to do when, especially when you reach the adults, especially when you're doing shit. I ain't
Mhm.
trying to be a joke and a laughing stock every time now.
But
Come on.
technically, they laughing at you. They
Yeah, but
laughing at
when I think you understand it wrong because he said when you're serious, that's when they're laughing at you.
when you
Even
see it.
even, even when you're serious, they don't take you serious at all.
I
At
guess that's
no
a good
point.
point. You know, that's a good point.
So I need to
Exactly.
be
Yeah,
taken serious at least at some points. You check?
that's
For
true.
me, it's like if they're taking you serious and they're still laughing at you, it's like they're taking you serious. So they're not like laughing, like taking you as a joke, like they might be laughing at you like not like believing in you
Right.
or like
Like, that's how I
laughing
took
at
it.
like I don't know,
Mm.
like I don't know, whatever. Like how you make money might be funny to them or something, but you making serious money
You be
and
making
it's
money. Yeah.
serious.
Right.
Yeah, you check like
Yeah, I
That's how
get
I
you. I
took it.
get you.
yeah.
I gonna go with that as well because I mean people gonna take you for a joke anyways. So I might as well be serious about myself and the things that I have going on. Because people gonna doubt you and they're gonna chuckle behind your back. So if you could chuckle and I could see you chuckle, maybe I might chuckle with you even though it's serious. So I'm go, yeah. I agree.
Good points. I would agree as well. I would go with the same. I gotta make
I
these a
don't want
little
too
bit
simple,
interesting.
man. Give me something
Give me
controversial, man.
one more.
One
All
more.
right. What? I don't delete the whole thing.
Whoa, dude.
Hold on. No. Okay. All right. Let me see this one. Yeah. Either you have the ability to pause time for everyone else, but only for 10 minutes, or you can rewind time by 10 minutes, but only once a week.
Or what was it? Repeat that one.
Or either you'll have the ability to pause time for everybody else for 10 minutes, or rewind time by 10 minutes, but only one. You can only do it once a week.
I feel like it's
Easy.
an easy one
I
too.
sorry.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Oh, let me hear
Being a
you.
light, right? Okay, now
I'll
go ahead,
follow.
Brian. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
It gonna sound bad in all these scenarios, but I just want to be a villain, then, man.
Listen, I was just about to say, right? Being a light, like
I gonna go
a
pause
lot of
time.
scenarios you to think about is always some kind of finessing or some
Yeah,
little
like I
low key
know
bad mind thing you're
it's
trying to
wrong,
do
like
when
mind
you
blowing
gain
stuff,
like
but
powers and
like
things.
yeah, if I could pause time every 10 minutes, the kind of criminal activity, like I just coupon man by the ATM, and
Oh
when you
no, man,
walk
no, man.
out,
I won't
five
go.
Oh
minutes in,
gosh,
you're
man. Nah,
in there.
you know,
I'm a
this man gonna crash
What
out
good
with
you
that
could get
thing.
from pausing time? Tell me something that you could do. You going on and do what, Fire? I want to hear from you.
Something good?
Yeah,
From pausing time. He said from pausing time
from
rather
pausing
than
time.
rewinding.
That
To
doesn't
be
have to be your
honest,
choice, but give me something good.
when I thought about pausing time, I was thinking about shit like taking money, walking into banks, and
Exactly. You
I
know, your
was
first
that.
instinct
That's
is
how
to
I
be a
Hey,
immediately
villain.
hey,
went
I
to
just
with pausing
hey,
time.
I some sick money in a dag.
I'm not gonna run around. If I'm in the right time and place and I see, like, obviously a kid crossing the road without looking both ways, obviously I'm gonna take advantage of that and save them. But I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm gonna be a superhero and run around looking for things to do or people to save. If I'm in the moment and I'm there and I'm present, obviously I'm gonna stop and save a life. But if I'm being realistic, I'm gonna be a villain. I'm gonna do some crooked things. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pickpocket. I'm gonna get away with things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not gonna, risk a life or put anyone at harm.
You
All
never
right.
see, Click when he have the remote.
Yeah, I
Man,
love that movie, Adam
pass his
Sandler.
boss while he pussy him and slap him off. Fart up in
No.
his
I ain't
face,
got time to waste with
everything.
abuse and stuff like that. Like,
I ain't say
too
that's
far
what I
in the
want to
villain
do.
scale.
I just was saying. But I would
Listen.
also choose the freeze time, and honestly.
All right.
So much situations it could help you. And imagine if you game mug, somebody have you at gunpoint, you could easily slip away. You don't have to even do them a vibe. You can if you want because they can't do
Let me
shit.
ask you a question,
But
Tafari, right?
that
Let me ask you a question.
you basically always safe unless you get caught off guard. Even
Let
after
me
you
ask
hear
you
the
a
sound,
question.
boom, you pass time, and it's not even a remote you have. In this case, it's probably just your mind, and you just think about stopping it and it stop. So you could be saved from virtually any physically harming situation aside from falling off a cliff. You can't pause yourself, so you're dead.
Yeah, that was.
But you're unalived. But yeah,
Wait, you using pause?
Yeah, he chose pause.
pause. I choose
No,
them
Brian
pause.
choose rewind, ain't it?
No, I choose
Oh,
pause.
you choose pause? Crazy. Go ahead, Cody. Go ahead, Cody.
You said you could only rewind once a week for how much
Once
minutes?
a
5
week.
minutes?
That's all I need. That's all I need.
What are you gonna do with 5 minutes?
My boy,
10
10 minutes.
Oh,
My boy,
10
10
minutes.
minutes. My son,
There's
stock
nothing-
market open. I don't see what booming. I rewind on my 10 minutes, but fuck, I see ya.
Right, straight back to that.
Hey, middle of, we talking about
Hey.
betting and thing. Middle of the game, betting. Oh, touchdown coming up next. Hey, let me rewind my 10 minutes. Hey, I get once a week. I could do this fuck every Sunday.
And that's exactly what, as you rewind time, right? I hope you like that 10 minutes. My 10. What happens if me and you meet? You rewind in 10 minutes and I pause in 10 minutes. Because as you think you got
What
one
kind of
over,
bad
and
fight
I
thing is
run in your
this?
pocket.
This
So
man
we're
is-
gonna be at a stalemate.
this man- this
Because
man
I
is
run
like-
it.
Me stuff thinking, but no mugging, bro.
There's always major financial benefits to be able to go back.
That's
in
all
time.
I worry
That's
about,
not
right?
illegal. So
Financial benefits. That's all I worry about. I ain't about to go run up my little 10 minutes back. 10 minutes. Maybe saying you get some bad wife? What?
Oh,
Maybe saying I be whining my bad wife. Gain
I hope
experience.
you wifing for longer than 10
getting a
minutes.
serious argument with your girl, you say the wrong thing out of being
But
heated.
again, that's what,
we're
like,
running that 10 minutes and
I
say the
still
right
don't
thing.
rather pause the time, because I mean, if I was want to abuse it more than once a week, because what if I waste on something
Wait,
stupid?
one second. I'll go ahead. One second.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I rewind it for a bet and then no, we both again in a car crash, I waste that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Versus
you can't
me
use it
to
for the
stop
rest of
time
the
at any
week.
point. Exactly. Versus me being able to stop at any time, that's a more safer bet for me.
The pause is
I
the
agree.
pause is all the time. The pause
Pause
is
is
time.
all the time. 10 minutes.
Hold
Versus
on,
being able to go
use
back
it
10
however
minutes
much you
once a
want.
week. Nah.
10 minutes. You can only pause for 10 minutes a day. So you could do it every day, but only for 10 minutes.
a rewind you could do. Rewind
Once
you could
a
do
week.
once a week.
Yeah. I don't want to pause, man. Well, I talking and I can't say me. I can
Why
rewind,
you,
man.
like pause and then like, but it's too late, like because something like you realize something happening now, and you want to like pause or rewind, like pause, but it
Yeah.
like happened already. Like, see, like you talking about gunshot is like okay, cool. Like if you see the gunshot, but
No, he
what-
talking about the mugging. So like when Pana pull up on him, he gonna
yeah, but
pause
he
it.
also talk about so okay, like just a simple variable change there, like where you don't get to see the bullet coming. Like you getting shoot, you getting rob or shoot, whatever. You getting shoot, right? You getting shoot from the back. You don't you done shot when you feel it. You feel me? Like so you can pause.
You can pause
when
and
you shot.
continue to bleed.
I
out while everybody
rewinding.
stop.
You made 10 minutes.
Hey,
that one is rewind is like
Well, then again, hopefully
Again,
I ain't use it.
pros and cons.
Hopefully me use it already for the week. But
Yeah.
Fuck. Rewinding for some wife.
That's the, oh
I
god.
know them
You
on
said
you.
that one about rewinding for wife, right? I was saying like I hope you wifing like I hope you wife it for longer than 10 minutes though.
Hey,
Like,
me, like, I didn't
why-
have
why
think,
you-
but I didn't have think that deep into me. I just say, yeah, but let me rewind the bad
Listen,
wife, man.
He does
like,
rewinding
what
it to the
about
best,
the
the best 10 minutes, I guess.
the rest,
The-
the 10 minutes leading up to the finale.
Yeah, just about to
Yeah,
say,
run that back.
right.
I guess.
Yeah, like right. But then now, if like say she do something where like you could, I couldn't hold it no more. Like boom, now you could rewind, and then you know that they're about to come, so you can make it and
Switch.
not come. You could not come. Basically, like
That's true.
I make it last
Or
another hour or whatever.
you could
Or
done
you
bots. You could done bots. You press pause.
uh-huh.
You get back ready for round 2 and
Catch
you
a
right back
Gatorade.
in and she thinking you just in
But that's a waste of a fucking pass. What the hell? You
that
just
one
you just,
day.
I mean, that's a waste of a pass.
So
I would
if
just
it's a
go
waste
cool
of a
out.
waste of
pass, it's a
pass.
waste of a rewind. Is all
That
it's
is
saying.
that is
Never.
a waste. Now that I
I
think
guess you're right.
Ain't
No,
no
but
way.
it's still a waste of a pass because he don't have to pass to do that. He pass in real life. You're done. You just go cool
No.
out and do exactly what you say, and then go back.
No, but at
You
this
don't
point,
think
they
she need
don't
a
think
pass
he-
though?
Only
Nah, they don't
difference
think
is
he
how
even
she would be
finished.
amazed, like how she would be like, because she didn't even know you like had to like she like I
Exactly.
guess that's the effect of it.
If
Is
we
like,
take
For
it deep
for
into
her,
this
it
life,
was
now that I
2
think about the
seconds.
realities of it, I don't. It's. I mean, what if she was done after your first round and now you forced it to go longer and she tap out and you just there break up and can't do nothing with it.
hey, see,
uh,
every wine that must can get back some energy.
Right.
rewind. That's a rewind.
Hey, man.
Hey, we're at the finale, man. We're at the finale. Before we end off every episode, we like to give gratitude for the week. I know you gave some shout outs and stuff, but we like to give gratitude every week for something. I know at the time of this recording, we're not at the end of the week as usual, but just something that you're thankful for, one thing in the last however long or in life, I guess. There's give something that you're grateful for. I will start. I'm grateful for my dogs, man. It's been a rough week or so at this point now. Man's been good. And my instructors as well for being understanding that we're going through some mental health vibes and give me some extensions on my work and thing. And for my dogs, then for being there and being heirs, even though the man clung and joke on the situation a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what happens sometimes, but appreciate the man them being there for me, man. That's my gratitude piece for the week.
Yes, sir. I guess I'll go next. For one, I gotta give gratitude to the logo, man, because it just look dope. Seeing all these
Jeez,
hats
I'm
here,
come on.
all these men with a come true hat. Of course, I always big up to upper class. Of course, Miss, even though it ain't represented in clothing,
You know.
much respect. And then, Brian mentioned a dad shirt, so I just got shout out my wife, because I just love this shirt. Because if you can't tell, this is me. And me and then my son and daughter. So I just love this shirt. I love this. I had to even get the print so I could put it on other things. So yes,
That's lit.
Who next?
Man. I
I
showing
want me go
gratitude
last. Yeah.
Yeah, you could go last, Cody.
to Webb again this week to Webb, man, because the man really persevered through a lot this week. Who come true on his agenda, even though he gets school, personal, everything, and he still come true for us. And he came true for himself, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a pure example of, sometimes you gotta push through adversity and then, do what you have to do to come out on the end. And he really showed that, you know what I'm saying, to come back more luxurious than ever. Even though what he went through this week. I give that shout out to this man for sure. You could use this man as an example. So yeah, big shout
Give
out to you,
thanks,
Webb.
King. Give thanks, King.
Cool. So I can shouts to luxurious, right? But I'm gonna take a page from you and go with like give thanks for friends and go with basically the same thing you said. Yeah, like give thanks for friends, like real friends, you know what I mean? Like real, they ain't gotta be a lot. Just gotta be, quality over quantity.
right.
So
Of course.
yeah, I ain't go with friends. This week was a good. This was a week for friends. I had a good week, really because of friends this week. So I had really one particularly fun day, this weekend as well for friends, and just even all of this happening is like just from real friends, like what I'm saying. So I could really did a really make like a tough life just that much, just like not even tough. It'll make you remember like it ain't tough. You feel me? Like really. So shouts to the few real friends. Today I had a nice little, like little drop in or whatever from friends. So yeah, like this week been a friends week for sure. Yeah, definitely.
That's
Hey,
dope.
yes, sir.
Big up, big up. With that, Cody, give thanks for coming through. We
Yeah,
appreciate it. Definitely looking forward to seeing the new things. We're gonna make sure we big up the thing on cap. We're gonna rock the thing and come true soon. We get a new design. We make I do a little collab, you know what I'm saying? A little come true
Yeah,
miss
I'm
collab, you know
saying.
what I'm saying?
I'd like
Come
a
true
hot
miss
I
collab.
didn't even tell you like before we jump on like okay like
Thanks.
I just want to question you off like you could question you off as you get to whatever, but yeah, I dig in it. I dig
Give
it.
thanks, man. Yeah. For
Yeah.
once again, I see the March coming for people who want
Let me
purchase
tell
some
you,
items. You know what I'm saying? They coming.
we hope to be as big as Miss, my son.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? One day.
I don't care.
One day,
I
one
just
day,
make
one
you
day
laugh.
one day we gonna come to Juve. We're gonna come to, and I'm gonna be like, what? What game now, man? Everybody gotta come to hot, man. That's the kind of advice we try to get a miss level, you know what I'm
You're gonna
saying?
be bigger than that, bigger than
Yeah.
that. You're gonna be
Facts,
bigger
facts,
than that.
facts,
Let's do
facts,
that.
facts, facts.
To the limit, there is no limit to the sky. But yo,
Hey,
really, on a serious note, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for just being cool as like just cool as shit. Tafari, I know you like from back like what I mean school days. You always been cool as shit, dog. Like so, and your
yes, sir.
brother and your bro, like shouts to Terry. I love what I mean, and I love what they're doing with the clothes. So I love to see how they did go about it, and I love that. Amen. But you always been like a cool vibe. Like so, thanks for just still being cool. Just
Appreciate
being
it, man. Of
yeah,
course.
of course. That's from the heart, genuine. Thank you guys for sharing your platform with me. You know what I mean? Next time we could do this again. Hopefully, you
No,
want me
sure.
back? Yeah, and I'll like, I'll load you up. I'll load you up with like some content. I'll be promoting and all of that. Like, what I mean? I'll be dropping hella plugs.
That's
Like.
what
So,
I like to hear. That's good.
yeah.
That's good.
But thank you seriously. Thank you for having me on this. This is about. This is about
Yeah,
to be.
thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for coming through.
Yes,
Yeah, no
sir.
problem.
Yes, sir. And with that,
All right.
peace over the heart, man. Much love.
Bless, 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 bless. Don't forget, come true.